This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with a channeled message. I wouldn't call it trigger warning. I think it's more so a channel message that you guys need to really actually hear. It came to me earlier and it was saying that we need to practice self-care. When doing this self-care practice, it said that we need to get more into understanding that we need to do just like in a relationship, especially for divine feminines, like the divine masculine, where we are protecting, professing, and providing. We're moving into, and I just seen some of Bahati life thing, and so it is pretty much inspired. I said I was going to do it anyway, and then it seems like it really has pushed me to really go on that thing of understanding that right now with the energies that's going on, we need to make sure that we are doing self-care, but not just self-care as far as like relaxing and taking care and taking time out, doing those things. But when I pick up, to me, self-care is like really like being about the self, like really taking care of self, like TCB, take care of business with yourself. We have a lot of energies. We got this Cancer moon energies things, and we know that's about the emotions and understanding about taking care of self, and understanding that with it is a really making sure that you're taking, as Bahati Life says, take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of others, because that's pretty much what the Cancerian way of doing things. And then you also have that, as she stated, was the Mars influence, which is the Aries thing, which is really coming from an understanding of a place of self first, and trying to find that balance between both of those two energies as well. So in order to do that, we need to adapt the thing of profess, protect, and provide. We need to profess to ourselves that we love, or profess to ourselves those things that we actually, desires that we actually are, projects of things that we actually want to do. We need to also provide ourselves the time, the resources, and the skills, and even the glow up. I don't know why I'm saying that. Encouragement to ourselves, provided that we can do those things. But at the same time, we need to profess, protect those things too, as far as these projects that we're doing, that like, no, this is my dream, we're going to actually do it. July is ending, and I've already told you all through prophetic thing that July was going to be the month of freedom, which we're going to kind of find our way of freedom of a lot of things, of people that we have been attached to, freedom in doing projects, freedom of mind, freedom of philosophies and ideologies and concepts and beliefs that we have that we are so locked into. Freedom from also about the idea of this twin flame adventure as well. Trying to move into the understanding that it's all about me. I'm doing me. Some of us taking that and taking it to the next level and beyond with that. Next month of August is about fireworks. That means we're really actually exploding with possibilities, opportunities, actually maybe into relationships, whatever, exploding into love. And whatever it is something that is going to be a sight to behold, and something that everybody else is going to be able to see. That's interesting. I got the number 90 in on that. So again, ending the cycles and with God force behind it. And so we are, in order to do that, and moving into this August season, which is, we got Leo season, it's already in there, but really having that. And I listened to Bahati Life stating that, and understanding that we're getting into the leadership of really being able, wanting to push and get things done. And that's what's also bringing on these fireworks as well. We have to be really cognizant about, as far as how are we going about getting the job done. Let's not get to a point that we're doing things and getting things that we're not forgetting I would say really coming from a place of unconditional love, but also understanding principles, your morale, your maybe not even ethics. It's just your morals about things, of getting things done. That Body Life has stated that we're kind of in that point where some of us in that Leo understanding that it is also about the ego, but Leo is also about courage, finding heart in doing things. And a lot of times there's a card there that's called a strength card in the Sears deck, and you see that she's half, the woman and half the lion. And every time when I see that and you see a lion behind, to me it's like this thing can go two ways, and it's got like a little lamb down there at the bottom, and it's to remind yourself that, okay, at all times you can be strong, but don't forget to balance it out with that meekness, meek, M-E-E-K, which means to be meek. But listen to source, listen to the master's voice in everything that you're doing. Not listening to yourself, because see that ego, with that Leo, you can get into that ego. We have to remember that either in these things of you're out for self and you're doing for self and you're doing from team me as well, that you're not doing things that is also railroading, or either I'm seeing them like bulldozing that way, or it's more so that thing that's steamrolling, that you're not steamrolling people that have been there along the way. We have a tendency when we're out for self that we don't really look to some of the collateral damage that we cause by us saying, I gotta get this out, I gotta do this, I gotta do this project, I'm for team me, I gotta do this because I want this relationship. That we don't forget about also some of the basic principles of things, the truth, the divine truth, not just your truth. The truth is God gave me this project. Okay, good. All right, then. And the truth is I got to get it out there. I got this idea. I seen somebody else do it. And so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna get this project out as well. Maybe you have children that maybe you had promised you were going to have time with them, especially with quarantine, and you're like, well, I got to get this project out because Source gave it to me. Okay, now you're steamrolling. Okay, I watched, Mom told me about a thing that she had watched, a court show, and it was between two ministers, and the man was sharing his ideas about a sermon that he wanted to do, a hip-hop sermon. And so then when he told him about that, his son seen it. She said it was on one of them judge shows. So he seen it, and he's like, I'm going to show you my sermon. And so then the son said, oh, I already heard that sermon before. And so he was like, what you mean you heard it already? Found out his friend, which he had sat down and gave and swapped ideas with, had ended up giving him some ideas for him to go and do his own sermon. So he had did it, but he had swapped the ideas and some of the wording out to do that. And he went to go to court to go sue him, but Ma said he didn't win the court case because he didn't have no evidence. He could have won, but he didn't bring a video showing that the sermon that he had originally did, and how this other man had took his words semi-verbatim, but just switched it around a little bit, but it still was the same. That's another, again, of an example of, Source is giving you this idea, but again, you go ahead and you do things that's going to kind of steamroll in the process because you're out for self and making sure that you do those things. That's just one example. She just told me that today. So my thing is that watch this Leo energy that you're dealing with here now. Making sure that you're doing it, but you like that card. You're still strength, but at the same time, you're having that balance, that it's not coming from a place of ego, but it's really coming from a place of courage, and because you've got heart in what you're doing. And understand at the same time, while you're doing that, you don't care if you are seemingly to be meek, or other people might say weak, but you're actually meek because you're listening to source. You're listening to divine truth. Because I'm sure that when those things when you would say, I got to do this project, and, although my son or daughter wants my time or whatever, I'm sure in the middle of you doing it, something had pretty much told you, I don't know if you should do that. I think that it's really a cry for help if your son or daughter is asking for your time, that you should really give that time up. I'm sure that with that minister, when the other one had went on ahead and had taken that sermon that he had gotten from his friend minister to do it over again, and he called himself switching words around. Something between him and source had told him, say, I don't know if you should really actually do that. But again, we have to remember again about those things. We could do self-care. We could be defiant, as Bahati Life said, with self and being self-care. But we've got to remember to be careful with these energies that we are actually occurring and happening right now. She just said about this week. So again, make sure that you do process and do use the 3 things that I told you: protect, provide, and profess. Provide yourself the opportunities, the space when you talk about self, for you to kind of stop and to really concentrate on yourself. Also, profess to yourself about what's your dreams or what you actually want to do as far as going about doing it and getting it done. Also, loving yourself as far as you doing self-care, how much you love yourself, how much you're proud of yourself. Again, bragging, boasting, and being confident about yourself and doing the process. That's not a bad thing of saying ego either about that. Oh, she's egotistical. Oh, she's on herself. She's doing that and she's upholding herself. Is she cocky? We get a lot of that on that. I've had comments about that. But see, when you believe in your gift and you know your value and you know what you are protective. Like Erykah Badu said, I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit. Everything and project and things that you do, you should be treating it as if it is your child. This giving birth to this union, you should be treating it like it's your child. This getting your new project, your mission, that you should be doing it like your child. Yourself, you should be protecting it like as your child. That's what we say all the time. The child healing the childhood wounds, how you have to go back and to process that as if you are parenting yourself. Because it's very important that even now the little child is still within you, and you have to show them ways that you are still protecting that. I had something today I had to deal with, and it looked like within me, with me standing up and saying something within, my inner child was like, thank you. That they felt that they had really been protected with what I was doing, was really saying, I got you. We have to do that. You don't know in many ways of how that little child is sitting back there in the corner and just listening within yourself to see, is she going to do something to protect us today? Like, I really don't feel like going into work today. And you push yourself. I don't feel well. I just don't. And the little girl within her say, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And you still push yourself to do that. There's little things that your little child's listening says, she didn't choose us again today. He didn't choose us again today. We want out of this karmic situation, this third party situation. We're not as Willow Smith, as I've used in other comments and videos before. It says, hey, are we finished with the tour? Well, I don't want to do this anymore, doing this whip my hair back and forth tour anymore. I want to go home. I'm finished. This is not fun anymore. My heart's not in it. Where is it that we say, well, just do one more tour, just wait until it's finished, and we push ourselves to go on here to do it in those karmic situations? Well, let's go on here and that, and the little child and the little boy within them is saying, I say, I don't want to do this anymore. That's something that we have to put in our mindset, that we understand that we have an audience sometimes of ourselves. Our higher self is looking, spiritual team is looking, we're looking in the 3D. Our also twin is looking as well, which is also our higher self is looking. And then you got the inner child is looking, and of course you got the other people, the haters, the naysayers, or whatever. Then those people are, like Body Life said, those are non and void. You can't stop that, because most of the time that people hate, they're going to continue to hate, because that's all they know. They don't know anything else to express, because they like crabs in the barrel. They trying to bring you down. So you going to, like Jill Scott say, hate on me, hater, now or later, because you're going to. So I'm just going to, you're going to be mad, so I'm just going to do me. So go on ahead and hate on me, hater. I'm not afraid of. So you can hate on me. That's most of the time say on that one. And so they're going to do that. So that's obsolete. You wasted energy and wasted time for you to be really concentrating on those things. That's why it's important for you to understand self. Protect yourself from that. Protect yourself in understanding and having that conversation with yourself, that it's not worth the time to concentrate on those haters. As Dad said, they don't have the facts and they can't form no opinion because they don't know you at all. So that's something to kind of let that go. Like I said, Mom said, it's other things to be studying on. There's other things to be concentrating on. Let that to be the least of your worries on that one. But right now, I'm just telling you, I feel that we need to self-care. We need to prepare for this August. It's August and it's fireworks. In order for you to do that, you got to build up all of that energy. You got that Lion's Gate that's coming up too as well. And so that's where it's opening up. It's really starting now. You kind of getting the rumbles of it and the opening of it. You can hear the herd, just like in Lion King, where all these lions are taking off and rumbling. And you can hear the roar already before it actually opens up the gate. So we're pretty much in those energies and that vibrations and frequency where it's already has started. We have to get into the point that I told you about preparation. Some of you all took it serious. Some of you are like, yeah, whatever. But it's coming back to say you should always be prepared. And I'm so glad to hear Body Life say the same thing. Always be prepared. You should always stay ready. Think about Les Brown saying about that man that he asked him, you got a business card, and this millionaire wanted to do business with him. He's like, nah, I can write my name on a piece of paper. And he told him, listen here. He said, when it's over with, he said, don't you ever do that again. You always stay ready for opportunities, because you never know. So you go out, son, and go get you some business cards. It's like, don't ever do that no more, because you don't never know. You should always stay ready. Stay ready for the relationship, already building, the kid, or whatever that you want in life. You should already be prepared in preparation. Get your mind together. Rather, if you're reading about it, talking to people about it, looking and seeing how somebody's doing something in like a mentorship, and say, I just want to be underneath your wing. I'm thinking about doing this. How is it about going with somebody who's just newly divorced? I want some things. There's books out there about that too, as well. And you saying about what you got to give up. You just got to prepare and get yourself ready. As if that is so. Like, okay, I know they're getting out that situation. What do you do as far as that? So I could be prepared. So I could be a support system for when they come out of that situation. You know, you letting the universe. Oh my gosh, she for real. She reading up on books and stuff. Spirit babies, what to do when a person in a second divorce, second marriage, preparing after divorce, life after divorce, any kind of books like that. Oh, okay. Well, we see you, boo. So those are the things that you have to get. Again, that's self-care, getting yourself, it says self-reliant, self-ready, self-prepared, you know, self-discipline, all those things. It's really right now self-respect, you know, anything with self, you need to really kind of get to that mindset and start working from on that. That's pretty much all I had to say. I had to get on here and just make sure that I'm putting on something on here every day. Those of you all that's getting love letters, I'm going to I did not take a break yesterday. I'm breaking my own contract about self or protected self. And the little girl within me said, I thought we were supposed to have the day off today. I'm not doing any, so you were supposed to get a love letter. I'm going to push it off until tomorrow, and I will crank those love letters out for you. On tomorrow, I'm going to rest because I went to grocery shopping. And being an empath, you got all those kind of energies coming to you. I have to come home and deflect and rest. And so I'm going to follow what Spirit is telling me to actually do, which is to actually do that, to sit and to rest. Woo, look at that, yeah. Sit and rest after I've been out there in the world. I like a quarantine, and we are. With that, so that's it. So I'm gonna rest on that. So you still get your love letters. I got that all the way into the end of this week, and so again, so this is the end of the message about being defiant about your self-care, and I like that. It was inspired by the message of Bahati Life had given. And I seen Spirit had told me and how she really came and she confirmed a lot of the things that I had already said I was going to speak of, but I was glad to see that she was like, put a cap on the rest of them, fill in the blanks about the other stuff as well, too, in regards to that. All right, then, it's 22 on the head, so I will stop here. So, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.